Hi guys, so I'm Jake Samuel. I'm a student at University of Bath, second year, and last year I went on this project or Volunteer Zambia project 2017. So I'm just here to talk to you a little bit about my experience in Zambia and the experiences that I got out of it and what my placement entailed and things like that. And hopefully you can take some inspiration from it. Do some do's and don'ts and things like that. So in answering the first question of what I was doing, so I was in the office most days. Out of the 5 days that you do work, I was in it 4 times out of the 5 days. With the fifth day me being on sporting placement. So on those 4 days, what was I doing? So it's basically in the Sport and Action office from 9 to 5. With my main goal in getting the 50 for 50 charity challenge set up and organised and everything like that. I'll go on to explain a bit about what the 50-50 challenge was a bit later. But in terms of my day-to-day activities, it just meant working with the Sport and Action staff, who were some of the nicest guys I've met ever. They are super down to earth, super kind. They are very willing to work. They're working really hard, and I'm sure you guys will fit right in with them. So just to list a few of them off. So Frank is the director. George is the HR manager, who was my kind of main go-to man, who was the person I was working with the most in terms of getting the whole operation running. You also have Chili, who works in accounts, Amon, who is also a vital member of the team, and then Nala as well, who I don't think you will have the opportunity to meet, but she was very focal in terms of the female empowerment and focusing on the women's kind of raising the women's profile in Zambia, especially with Sports and Action. So all those 5 guys were very crucial in my time in Zambia. And as I said, I worked mostly with George, and then Frank is obviously the boss man. He tells you what to do and what not to do, so you listen to him as whenever he asks you to do some stuff. But yeah, as I said, George is the go-to man, and when I got off the bus at 9 a.m, I'd be in the office for just after 9, and George would always be there, considerably earlier than I am, so he's always on it. So answering the next question, getting to the Sport and Action. So obviously the house that we were in last year is going to be a bit different from the house that you're going to be in. So once I left the house, I think I spent 20 kwacha a day getting to and from placement, which roughly equates to about £2, maybe £2.50, so barely anything. I took 4 buses every day, 2 buses there, 2 buses back. I went past a place called the UTH, which is a University Teaching Hospital, which I'm sure you'll get to know that bus stop fairly well. And as time goes by, you'll start to pick up little things when you get on buses, how to act around the Zambian people, the Zambian locals, this type of stuff. And I mean, everyone there is so welcome. Everyone there is so kind of, welcoming you with open arms. They're very friendly. You won't have any problems with the buses. I mean, you can have some dodgy situations where there's a couple of chickens flying around the bus, but that's the Zambia life, and I'm sure you guys have been told these various things, but you won't really know until you experience it firsthand. And when you do experience it firsthand, it's just second to none. And it's just like, oh, what am I doing here? Blah blah. But trust me, just go with it. It's all part of it. And I'm sure you'll have a great time when you do. So explaining a bit more about my role with the 50-50. So the 50-50 challenge included 10 hours of sport for 5 days with 5 different sports. So the first one of the days was at Fountain of Hope, which is where the Sport and Action office is located near. And that day was volleyball, but we had other days focusing on the other major sports that Sports and Action and the Wallace Group do. So it's basketball, football. and the final day.
Wow.
Which is not the traditional sport, but just to make up the 50 hours, that's what Mel, Marshall and Adam decided to do. So Mel and Adam, I'm sure you've heard of them, especially Adam. He Olympic gold medalist, world champion, world record holder in swimming, breaststroke I think he does. And he was our focal point. So basically I was working these 4 hours, or 4 days a week, trying to get this event organised in a country where I'd never really, I hadn't experienced at all before. And a culture very different from ours. So getting things done was very spread out. You had to keep plugging at it, I tried to do my best, and I think I did my best. We got everything done in time. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, but we managed to do it. And I think they raised nearly £35,000. So up to date £35,000. And yes, so that was my main focal point, to make sure him and his team were safe, and the transport was sorted, their food was sorted, and all of the kids that we had there were sorted. Which we had 150 to 200 kids every day, starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, finishing at 6 p.m. So it was long old days for us. The students that I went with, I couldn't have asked for a better group. Obviously JP is the guy who's leading you out there this year, so good luck to you. We certainly had to plug at him to do things, but